My name is Dawn Marie, and this is my channel DM's Crafty Vortex. This is my channel all about cross stitch and mostly my love of full coverage cross stitch. So if you're here for cross stitch, you are in the right place. It's been about 3 weeks since my last update. I'm excited to be back. It's amazing how quickly time flies, especially in the winter for me. But hopefully I can get back to every other week. But right now it's looking like it may be once a month. I'm not quite sure. I'll revisit that a little bit later. But the good news is it is December. It's actually December 1st. I don't have my watch on, but it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. And there are plenty of Flossmas videos to keep everybody busy. I'm really excited to watch those. I watched my first one last night. I watched Lacey from the Sleepy Stitcher because she's in Japan. So she's about 13 hours ahead of us. So I got to get a quick Flossmas in last night before bed. And I woke up this morning and saw that Leanne from Small Town Stitches has posted her Flossmas video. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to watch her while I edit. I'm really excited for the season to get to watch all those videos. I will not be doing Flossmas. I did it a few years ago, but it's just too much for me to video every day. And I don't have an advent calendar or anything to show. So we're just going to go ahead with our every other week video. Potentially, I might not video again until January, but we will see. If I do video in 2 weeks, it'll be a regular video. If I don't have a chance, my next video will probably be my plans and a mini WIP parade video. So for my WIP parade this year, I'm just going to show all the projects that I plan on working on in 2025, and I'm not going to pull out every project I own. There are a few that aren't necessarily a UFO, but just probably won't get any stitching anytime soon. So it'll be a mini WIP parade for me. So let's get into the stitching. What I did get done in the last 3 weeks, it's not as much as I would hope for 3 weeks, but I did have a few days where I didn't stitch at all. I've had a couple of days where I came home and actually just relaxed, and I started to bobbinate my master set of CXC. But let's see what I did get done. The first thing I worked on was an Enchanted Place by Etta Jose Rosa. I have the max color version, and this is charted by Stitches So Beautiful on Etsy. So I worked on this. And I got 688 stitches done. So I'm at 3,878 stitches out of a total of 92,000, and I'm at 4.22% complete. I've been working on this a little bit every week because the Stitches So Beautiful Facebook group, if you show progress every week, at the end of the month, you get a free chart. And I really like the free chart that they have going this month. So this is what it looked like. It's probably gonna be over here. This is what it looked like last time. And here is where I am at now. You probably can't see much of a difference because I mostly worked up in this cream area. It's really kind of hard to see. So I felt like I was posting every week on the Facebook group showing a couple hundred stitches, and it looked exactly the same as it did the week before. Just all these cream stitches. I wanted to get those out of the way. And now I'm starting, I probably can't tell, but there's a couple of bluer stitches going right here. So I'm starting to work my way through the cream and get back into color. I really like how this is coming out. I love this tree. It's just so pretty. If you look in here a little bit, I did a slight attempt at tent stitching, and it just didn't work for me. I might try tent stitching again on my Magic Study, but, oh no, that's 28 count also, but that's DMC. I just think this is done on 28 count easy grid, and CXC floss is fluffier than DMC. And I just think it was too thick, and I could tell the difference. I know a lot of people say if you go from a full cross to a tent stitch, it blends in, but I could tell the difference. So I wasn't enjoying it. Plus I was getting lost on where to go next. I didn't know how to end my thread because I typically end with a pin stitch. So it's too thick for a pin stitch. So I'll have to try that out again on something else when I have a little bit more time. So this is an Enchanted Place. I am stitching this with In Stitches with Ebony. Chris's Crafty Creations on Instagram. She was Krista Sharon, I think is how I pronounce it. She changed it for us Flosstubers so that we could pronounce her name easier. Thank you so much, Krista, for doing that for us. Lindsay from Blush and Pink Stitches and Hannah Darling are all stitching this. We have an Enchanted Place Sal is what we've hashtagged it, although Instagram, I guess, isn't doing hashtags anymore. So if you are stitching this, please tag me so that I know you're working on this. Oh, also, a little bit later in the video, I will be doing a giveaway. I don't do giveaways very often, but I am going to have one a little bit later, so stay tuned for all the information on that. And the next thing I worked on is I worked on my Pokemon cross stitch, which I haven't worked on in a really long time. But Lacey from the Sleepy Stitcher just started a Pokemon cross stitch, and hers is different than mine. Go check her out. Hers, all her Pokemon end up in the shape of a Pokeball, but I'm just doing the regular one with the extended sides from Lord Libidin's site. So it's a free chart, and this is what it looked like last time you saw it, which isn't going to mean much to most people because it has been so long since I pulled it out. Oh, information. 25 count easy grid Lugana, and I put in 626 stitches. I'm at 6.04% complete. I've done a total of 8,555 stitches out of 141,726 stitches. And if, as you can see, I worked in all my pocked threads. So I was pocking and I was doing my 10 by 10 squares and I was doing it at an angle. And that's how I was stitching, but I'm more of a cross-country stitcher now because I just found all the pocked threads were getting in my way. So this is where I am at. And again, I'm doing the extended sides so that the Pokemons don't get cut off. I put this down for a while because the Dratini is the wrong color. It's not the color of the regular one, and it's not the color of the shiny. I don't know why. It's this purple color, but it's supposed to be blue. And I was gonna rechart the color and make it correct, but I'm just not that crafty, and it just ended up getting put down. So I pulled it out and decided I'm just stitching it the color it is. By the time you have a million Pokemon in here, hopefully you won't notice that it's not the right color. But, so I think for this, what I want to do is kind of like finish a Pokemon. So I'm working on this one right now, and I want to finish that one, and then I'll finish that versus, obviously, I'm not going to do the pocking, but there's going to be strategic cross-country in this. So that's where I'm at that. It was really fun to stitch on this because this has just the right amount of block color and then move on. So it's not one stitch here, one stitch there, but you're not, I mean, unless you're doing the sides, it's not just all the same color, because I find if it's too much block color, I get tired and I start to doze off when I'm stitching. And then I worked on my cute Halloween witch. Which is by Charlie's Official Store. The artwork is by Fantasy Digitals. It's charted by Charlie's Official Store. I did the biggest size, because I believe, I'm going to so many different sites now, but I believe Charlie's Official Store gives you 3 size options. She doesn't charge extra to change the size. I think she just offers all hers in 3 different sizes. So this is what I'm working on. And I am working on this with, my page just flipped on me, I'm sorry. So I know Hannah Darling, Catherine Stitches is also working on this. And she's gotten a good chunk done. I'm trying to get this bat done because one of the things I'm trying to do with my cross stitches now is get a chunk done where I can see how good the charting is, because I've been getting things from different designers, so I haven't been getting them from Heaven and Earth, Pain-Free Crafts, you know, some of your bigger places where you know the charting is. So I wanted to get this bat done before I invest too much time in this. And I did 1,378 stitches in this for a total of 2,885 out of 12,896 stitches, and I'm at 2.56% complete, and this is where it was last time you saw it. And this is where it is now. So I'm working on the bat, and I don't know if you can tell from the video, but like right here, let me see if I can get it close, right here, you can see the eyes popping up, and you can see the ear forming in the wing. So in person, you can really see this bat taking form. So I'm very, very happy with the charting of this. I want to definitely get this bat done so that I can show you, and you all can see the bat as good as I can see the bat. But in person, you can really see the definition of this bat coming through. So I'm really enjoying this. And again, Charlie's official store for this one. This is on 25 count easy grid. And the next one, I'm actually a little concerned about. I love the picture. This is Sunset at Hogsmeade. I did get max size, max color on this. So it has, I think, over 250 colors. And this is Sunset at Hogsmeade by Crescent Creative. I'll put that right there for you to see. And I love the picture, but I'm a little nervous about this section right here for now. I don't know if you can see, but in real life, it's very dark, but you can see the definition. You can definitely see that it's part of a chimney. And on mine, let me give you the statistics. I did 861 stitches. I'm at 3,724 stitches for a total of, so it'll be a total of 375,000 stitches, and I'm at 0.99% complete. And for this, you'll see what it looked like last time. If you look at the chimney, is just a solid, I don't know if it's 939 with a little bit of 310 in it, I don't remember, but I'm just concerned about how black it looks compared to the picture. Because in the picture, it's a darker version of the roof. So I'll keep going. I'll get more of this done, and then I'll determine what I want to do, because this is a big one. It's 500 by 750. So I don't want to put 2 or 3 years into this and then find out that there's no definition there. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that chimney looks good? I guess I got to get the rest of it done and get beyond the shadow point. But here's where I'm at here. So I am doing, again, max size, max color. I think everybody else is doing the regular size. I know that Leanne from Small Town Stitches is stitching this, and In Stitches with Ebony is stitching this, and I think I've seen a few other people working on this as well. And just so you can see, this is all the colors, so it's not like they didn't have many colors to choose from to do that section. Pardon the ring light. Pardon my stack over there too. I know we usually try to hide the stacks, but I don't have time today to hide stacks. Okay, the last thing that I worked on, and I didn't work on these in order. I jumped back and forth working on these. But I worked on Bellatrix from Bella Filipina Designs. I had hopes of getting this done by January. There is no way this is going to get done by January. It's just not going to happen. So this is Bellatrix. And it is a paper chart, so I have no idea how many stitches I've actually put into it. I am stitching this on 28 count Mystiques from Grace Notes fabric. And you'll see what it looked like last time. I do have to get this off my Q-snap, I'm sorry. I don't have many things at the point where they have to be removed from the Q-snap. All right. And I worked all over the place on it. I worked on an area for a while until I filled up a section of the Q-snap, and then I would go to a completely different section to try to avoid burnout. I am getting a little burnt out on this. I have to admit it. I'm trying to keep going, but I don't want my cross stitch to be a chore. Even though I have a goal of when I want it to get done, it's just a want. It's not a need. It's not my job. I don't get paid for this, so. But it's a little wrinkled. Just took it out of the Q-snap, but here is where I am at now. So I've got a portion of the border done. Just wanted to get that frame worked on. I have the cat done. I haven't backstitched. Worked a little bit on the window. And working my way up on the dress right now. So this is where I'm at. She's a biggin. It got to the point where I thought I had so much done, and then I took it out of the Q-snap to move it and realized that I did not have anywhere near as much done as I thought I did. But she is beautiful. I love how she's coming out. I love those candles. Let me just do a close-up. Those candles are just so cute. So I do feel like I got a lot done on her since the last time you saw her, but just definitely not enough to have her done by January. Maybe if I was monogamously stitching on her, but like I said, I'm starting to get burnout, so I've put her away for a little bit because I do want to enjoy stitching on her. So that is Bellatrix by Bella Filipina. And that is everything I've worked on in the last 3 weeks. I do hope to get a little bit more done variety-wise at the beginning of the year. I will do a plans video later on, but just to quickly go over my plans is I'm going to jump on the temperature stitch bandwagon. If you've been watching Flosstube, you've heard about it. It kind of started by Siski. She had a bunch of charts done to a bunch of temperature ranges, and then Jen, the caffeinated crafter, kind of narrowed it down to what most people are doing now, where you just take 10 projects and assign them a number 0 through 9, and you take the second digit. So if it's 72 degrees out, you take the 2 and whatever project you have in the 2 slot you stitch on. And then depending on which floss tuber you are, it depends on how much stitching you're doing. So everybody's doing it a little bit different, but it's basically Jen's explains it really good, and she explains it in every one of her videos on how she's doing it. But I was watching Leanne from Small Town Stitches, and she was going over how she's going to be doing it, and that's kind of, I got hooked on it from her video, but I wanted to backtrack where it started from so that everybody gets credit on it. I know that Darren the Dizzy Stitcher, Stitching Mummy, Lacey from the Sleepy Stitcher, sorry, it's very early for me, are all doing it, and they're all doing Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter's method of picking the temperature, and then they're kind of making it their own on how they're doing the stitching. So I am holding off until January before I start, but I will be doing that. And in my plans WIP parade video, I'll show you what chats I'm working on, and I'm going to do WIP Go. I'm going to do WIP Go next year. I say that every year, and I get sidetracked by January, February, but I'm going to really try to do WIP Go for 2025. And again, I'll do that video, and I'll show what all my slots are for WIP Go as well. So that's a little bit of what I'm going to work on next year. So right now, I'm just basically showing you the same four projects over and over again, just because I want to get a chunk done on those. I just don't like the fact that almost all my projects have little left-hand corner starts, and I feel like I'm just showing blobs every time. So I want to get something done on those so you have something to see. And then starting in January, I'll start my temperature stitching and my WIP Go stitching. Okay, if you waited around this long, let's get into the giveaway. So rules for the giveaway. You have to be 18 or older to participate, because I will have to ask for your mailing address. So I want to be able to legally ask you for your mailing address. Please don't say giveaway or anything in your comments that will get the bots onto our site. So if you say anything like freebie or giveaway, I'll have to delete your comment, and I really don't want to do that. I'm going to give away 2 items. One of them is the United States only, and then the other one is anywhere, and I do apologize, but with the way shipping costs are, I don't monetize this channel, so this is coming out of my own pocket. And with that being said, you need to live somewhere where you get mail from the United States, because once I put this in the mail, if it doesn't get to you, it's out of my hands. That's it. I don't have another one to throw in the mail to replace it. So if it doesn't make it to you, I will take it to the mail. I will get a tracking number, and after that, it will be out of my hands. I will not contact you. That's really important. I will not contact you. So if anyone contacts you telling you you've won, it's not me. It's a spammer. I will, on my January video, so I don't know if I'm videoing again in December, so it'll be my January video, I will announce the winner, and then you will reach out to me. You will comment below that you are reaching out to me, because I also want to make sure that it's you that's reaching out to me, because if somebody else emails me and I mail it, again, it's gone. So comment that you're reaching out to me, so that when I get that email, I know it's from you. Okay, so that's all the boring rules. What am I giving away? I'm going to give away, as you can see right here, this bag. Because whenever I make a bag, I tend to make a spare. So this bag, this is on the inside, and it does have a little notions pouch to go along with it. So this is giveaway number 1. So if you want this, say in the description, flowers with an S, because I'm going to do a random comment picker, and then you're going to need the word right. So flowers. And also, you also need to put in the description where you're from. So not your mailing address, but whether it's the USA, it's Canada, wherever you live. Because when I draw, I need to know if I've drawn a USA address or an out of the United States address, because I'll need to know, because again, only one of them is going out of the United States. So flowers and where you live for a chance. This bag. And then I'm giving away this bag. And this also has a little notions pouch with it as well. Here's the inside fabric. So for a chance to win this bag, put dragons, again with an S, and where you live. That way, if I draw for the first bag and it's someone in the United States, I know that whoever wins the second bag can get it. If I draw for the first bag and you're out of the United States, I know that the second drawing can only be in the United States. Now, you can put flowers and dragons in your comment, and then let me choose which one you get, and then whoever I draw next, I'll have to draw for whatever didn't get chosen. So in the comments below, flowers or dragons, and where you live. And in my January video, I will draw a winner. And then last up is haul, and there's going to be crinkling because I reminded myself, take everything out of the bags for this, and then I didn't take anything out of the bags. And it is my De-Stitch Me Fabric of the Month. I have got to find something to do on these Fabric of the Months because I keep getting them. They're absolutely gorgeous, and I keep doing full coverage. So I'm thinking I want to start either a Shannon Christine Designs, I have no idea what, I just love her color palette, or a Soda Stitch. I'm not sure, I'm kind of leaning towards the Soda Stitch, but I don't know. So that'll be next year. Don't know where I'm going to fit it in my plans at all, but I just keep getting all these beautiful fabrics and they keep going in a box. So the first one I got, I get the color and I get the neutral. I get the color in 28 count Lugana, and I get the neutral in 28 count linen. And I do this because of Hannah Darling. That's what she does. She gets Grace Notes fabrics though. But she says that she does it because the linen takes the color better. So that's why she does that on the neutral. And I'm a copycat, so I do it the way Hannah does it. So the neutral on the 28 count linen is called Sand Dollar. And yep, it's showing true to color. It is so pretty. I just love when it shows true to color because it is so hard to catch the capture color on film. So that's Sand Dollar from De-Stitch Me. And then, oh my gosh, the color one is absolutely stunning. And I don't know if it's going to show up, and I really hope it does. It's called Cobbler, and this is also 28 count Lugana. And it is, let's see, we're going to play that game of how do we get this color to show up. Do I have anything white to put behind it? If that helps show it up a little bit. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit darker than what you're seeing there. It's pretty close to color. It is gorgeous. So that is, hopefully that shows up. Don't mind my weird pinky. I shattered it when I was younger and it never healed. So that is everything I have to show you today. So hopefully I will be back one more time in December. Not quite sure. Again, don't hold me to that. There will definitely be a plans video, mini WIP parade, all put together because my plans video does include almost all of my WIPs, definitely all of my active WIPs. And then in January, I'll be back with a regular Flosstube, and I will pull the 2 winners for the bags. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season and happy crafting.